Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your weekly reading for March 16th to the 22nd. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And we're going to jump right in, Scorpio. If you saw your March monthly forecast, I said there's going to be a strong concentration of planets in a small pie slice of the sky. And this week, you're really going to see it. You've got the Sun, Mercury, Mars, and the Moon in your BFF water sign Pisces. Yeah, that would be your fifth house of joy, pleasure, love, family, children. And then you have another stellium in Aries, right? Y'all share the same ruler, Mars, traditional ruler. And that's your sixth house. And that's your daily routines. We'll talk about that. It's also work and health matters, but you've got the Sun, Venus, Neptune, Saturn, and the Moon all in Aries, okay? So stellium meaning three or more planets. So you see this concentrated area in your life. And I want you to think about, the energies that you've been feeling, energies that have been influencing you and, your past, let's just say since the lunar eclipse in Virgo that happened on March 3rd, okay? Especially with just everything that's happening for you right now. A lot of home-based activity and work activity, and you're going to start seeing a lot more energy, a lot more emphasis on your daily routines and habits, and you're really going to feel that shift this week. All right, you will definitely feel a little bit restless, ready to conquer though, as a spiritual warrior. In fact, the second half of March is just a lot more active. And not only once Mercury goes direct, yeah, that's happening this week, all planets will be direct up until May. And all the planets are going to be leaving Pisces, which represents endings, moving into Aries, the beginning of the beginning, meaning you're just going to feel fired up too. Aries is that ambitious, spirited energy. It's all or nothing for your goals, your dreams, and your destiny. And your destiny starting Tuesday, March 15th. You have Mercury conjuncting the North Node in Pisces at 8 degrees. So happy St. Patrick's Day. And also remember, you're feeling Mercury conjunct Mars from over the weekend. That is spilling over into this week. Now, Mercury, the planet of communication, the mind, writing, speaking, negotiating. Well, he's meeting up with the North Node again, okay? And so they're having a conversation about your mission statement and your purpose, your destiny, of course, but you might already know what they're talking about. You might already know what they're discussing because Mercury met with the North Node. Yep. The North Node of Fate at 8 degrees on February 12th. Now, I told you in your monthly forecast, something from that day, I'd say pay attention to that day because something around that time is going to resurface now. And it may come as a resolution, revelation, maybe even more review. But again, this is in your fifth house. So definitely lovers, true love, romance, children, just so much pleasure and joy. It's also procreation, it's sex, yeah. But it's also a lot of you are going to be having babies, thinking about having babies. Congratulations. And then because you have all this family energy, wouldn't be surprised if there was a new member of the family. I would not be surprised if you get a pet. That's more April, but yeah, a lot of you are going to start getting pets soon. All right. The other thing is the fifth house. It's the most creative house, okay? And so you could be working on creative projects, getting assignments, maybe new clients, whatever it is. You're definitely going to be receiving some news, or making an announcement around this time, or just feeling the needle moving, okay? Very likely you'll have a faded conversation, maybe even dream. Remember, Pisces is that realm, right? So you may be receiving, messages from your dreams. Pay attention to your dreams. The other thing is because Mercury is retrograde in Pisces, Mercury doesn't do well. if you're avoiding conversations, if you're avoiding someone, from your past or something that you just like, oh, I don't want to have this conversation, it's probably going to happen around this time. All right. And remember, Mercury retrograde brings back circumstances, events, people from your past. And it's not, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, there may be something, yeah. It could be recent, it could be further back. I mean, it could have been you sending hi, what's up on Tinder to someone if you're single. You got crickets, but this is the day they write you. They're like, oh, sorry, I was in, Antarctica for, the space station for, I didn't have service. Anyway, this is really great because it's just in time for the new moon in Pisces on Wednesday, March 18th. Now, this is at 28 degrees. All the new moons we've been having lately have been those late degrees. You know things are coming to an end. This is one of my favorite new moons. Remember, Pisces, again, is the end. Pisces represents the end. Pisces is the last zodiac, right? So this is a new moon. This is the beginning of the end for you. A new storyline that's happening in your fifth house of joy and pleasure and romance and creative projects, even hobbies, recreation. I wouldn't be surprised, if you launch a business. There's something really entrepreneurial here. But just know this is a very magical new moon. And both Pisces and the moon represent the subconscious, which governs intuition, emotions, creativity, learned behavior. Yeah. So this new moon, Pisces energy lets you dream big. Yeah. So this new moon in Pisces, make your dreams real, right? You got to take that action, speak what you want into the ether. And that's what I'm talking about. The moon and Pisces representing the subconscious. Unroot things, make them real, bring them into the conscious, right? And that actually reprograms your mind, especially with like affirmations and repetition, inspired action, all of which don't work if you don't have belief, right? You have to have belief, self-belief. You have to believe everything is happening with the new reality that you're creating. Okay? This truly is one of the best new moons. I mean, it's Jupiter ruled. I mean, this is a great new moon, but also you have the Sun sextile Uranus at the same time. Yeah, that's amazing. That's really exciting for you. Remember, we're out of all those squares with the Uranus squares, right? And the Sun sextile Uranus, it happens a couple times a year. This is going to be a little bit different because Uranus is going to leave Taurus next month. So this will be the last time we'll have the Sun in Pisces sextile Uranus and Taurus. Okay? And that would be your fifth house and your seventh house of love, marriage, partnerships, relationships. Very interesting, right? So again, when I say everything's changing, everything is going to be changing. And the Sun sextile Uranus, it is pretty baked into this new moon. The Sun being your life force, your identity, harmoniously connecting with Uranus, the planet of surprises, innovation, freedom. Ooh, well, the whiteboard just got free. Freedom, Crystal did too. Liberation, breakthroughs, awakenings. That's what you can expect with this new moon. You could feel just really stimulated too. The other thing is like you're definitely going to feel inspired with your fifth house so activated. And just so you know, if you want, I'm not like whatever, but you listen, the fifth house is also, you remember I said it's like hobbies, recreation, casinos and like gambling fall in that realm. Okay. Just letting you know. Just letting you know. Because Uranus is the planet of surprises. And remember, Uranus is in Taurus, the finance sign. A dollar scratch off won't, you know what I mean? But I'm not saying, whatever. It's just, I'm just putting that information out there. It's a really great sextile during this new moon. And you will, you'll definitely have some activity with partnerships, relationships, agreements, contracts, your commitments. So a really big focus on home and family, which again, that's just a big theme for you right now. Okay. A lot of y'all may be getting married, proposed to. You could also be doing something with your children. If you have children, there could be something here where, even great things could be happening for them. So there's a lot to look forward to. Okay. You throw Mercury and the North Node in the mix, even the Sun, which is optimism and confidence and hope. I mean, there's just something truly fated here. And Uranus being unpredictable, whatever happens around this new moon, the intentions that you set, anything the energy that you're putting out there, the delivery or the return could be in ways that you never expected or never assumed. And you might do something very unconventional when it comes to relationships, when it comes to partnerships and legal matters and contracts, etc. All right? Remember, Uranus wants you to shake things up, think outside the box while being your authentic self. So set intentions, put wheels in motions, dream big, and do something different. But also trust the process. Remember that self-belief. Now, Venus will square Jupiter this day too. It's only square this month. It's not, it's the two benefics. So to be honest, when I see what's happening for y'all, there really is something here that it's just more about, finding the right balance of the right amount of what brings you pleasure. Okay. Because remember, Jupiter expands. This could, you could be overdoing things, overindulging, overextending yourself. So just that right balance. You're going to be fine. And the last thing about the new moon is we do have that minor grand trine, which is Uranus and Taurus, Juno, Jupiter's wife. That has to do with relationships and partnerships in Capricorn, your third house of agreements and signing things and launching new things with the new moon at the apex. Okay? And so this is sacred geometry. It's pretty big. And we'll talk about the second spread where we talk about asteroids and, lunations, planetoids. And if you are a cross watcher, if you watch for your rising sign or your moon or for your husband, Oscar, or whoever. Mutable signs, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces, and I'm throwing in Cancer and you to complete all the water signs. We'll feel this the most, okay? The new moon. And the, whatchamacallit, if you have any planets 25 to 29 degrees in any of those signs, in your natal chart, you will really feel it. The other thing is that, where are we? Friday. Yeah, Friday, the loaded day, right? This honestly is like another reset. This is when you really feel that new era coming in, okay? It's like ready, set, go, but you're at the set part, all right? Things are officially about to start. Now, Mercury, as you can see, goes direct, meaning no planets are retrograde at this point up until May. You see the sun moving into Aries, where he's exalted, meaning the sun does his best in Aries over any other sign. And then you have and it is the real new year, by the way. I talked about this. I explained this in your monthly forecast, but yes, the equinox, happy spring, happy fall, and the summer hemisphere. Is it summer? Oh, I meant happy fall in the southern hemisphere. But anyway, the equinox. This is so important because this is, when day and night are perfectly balanced, right? Equal, right? Celebrated by ancient cultures for thousands of years. So many people saw this as the balance between opposites, light and dark, life and death, The Great Sphinx faces due east directly into the rising equinox sun. Stonehenge and other megalithic sites, all calibrated equinox alignment. So this is a big deal. And I really want you to know the equinox has been, meaningful and significant for thousands of years. It represents a cosmic balance, new cycle, new timeline, and one that we have never experienced because we've got the sun, Neptune, Saturn, Venus, Chiron, Eris, and the moon all in Aries. Okay? They're all in Aries on this day. All planets direct. It is go time, right? LFG. And everything that you released or reevaluated or, experience, okay, since the lunar eclipse, March 3rd, everything the past few weeks brought you to this moment. Remember, this is a 0-degree Aries point, the equinox, the beginning of all beginnings. Everything comes to life around this time, including you, because the equinox is renewal. It is this rise of energy. So you are going to feel this rush, this fire in your belly, with more confidence and perspective, especially through the weekend. I mean, you have this enormous concentration of planets saying, I got you. Let's go. Let's do it. This is go big or go home. And you have nothing to lose. You have everything to gain. Remember, Aries is the I am of the zodiac. So this matters because everything is neutral, right? That's why polarity exists. So I am gives you power to choose your perception of reality, how you face, any challenges. Speaking and believing any affirmations you choose for yourself. I am fearless. I am excited about my future. So again, this is all about you. And it's go time, like no breaks, to know thyself. Being fully present and aware and ready to initiate. So for the next 4 weeks, don't live a little, live a lot. This is all about moving forward, embracing this energetic, entrepreneurial, pioneering spirit, especially in your daily routines, your daily activities and work, the work environment, your responsibilities, your duties when it comes to work, which will, again, you're going to feel more of that. Remember, Saturn's here, okay, in Aries. And, Saturn natively rules your third. And so there may be a lot of communicating that you're going to be doing as well. Okay? Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you know what happens. Now, Saturday, March 21st, Mars in Pisces will trine Jupiter in Cancer, 15 degrees. One of the best days, one of the best aspects of 2026, one of my favorite aspects. And you, obviously, will love this. You complete the picture. You're the third water sign. Now, Mars just happens to be in Jupiter's sign. So you already have this nice reception here, right? It's happening days after the new moon. And the new moon says, make a wish, right? Mars trine Jupiter says, we're going to make that wish happen. And Mars, a traditional ruler, gives you that drive, gives you that ambition, okay? And libido, yeah, it's Mars, right? And it's in your 5th house. So whatever it is, you've got an exalted Jupiter, Jove, right? Who helps expand and brings luck and abundance and profit and, wisdom. And so you're going to feel this, especially in home and family, but also Jupiter in Cancer, that's your 9th house. So a lot of y'all may be taking really big trips. If not, you're going to plan it. If not, travel of the mind. Because the 9th house is the higher mind. It's very spiritual, but it's also, education. It's also teaching. A lot of y'all may be going back to school, thinking about maybe even taking online courses. It doesn't have to be like education in the traditional sense, all right? But either way, this is amazing because the ninth house is belief. It is your belief system. It is self-belief. And something really charged up for you here that in terms of confidence, which I really love. You're just, I mean, Jupiter hasn't been in Cancer since 2014. You haven't had this combo in 12 years. Yeah. So you're really going to feel this. You're going to feel strongly supported. Just be open to opportunities because what you seek is seeking you. All right. And it will be the Cancers, Scorpios, the Pisces. And I'm going to throw in the Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. It's going to feel this the most. You may even have a lot of partnership activity over the weekend, all right? Because the moon will be in Taurus. And as we know, the moon is exalted in Taurus. Oh, and not on the whiteboard. I was gonna do this next week, but I feel like you might like it over the weekend, and you will feel it over the weekend, Sunday, March 22nd. We do have the Sun conjunct Neptune, so that'll be at 2 degrees Aries, meaning this is the first time since 1861 that we have experienced this. Nobody's experienced this, right? Unless you're, a zombie, a vampire. If you are, tell me your secret. Joking. Am I? Anyway, the Sun conjunct Neptune is so transcendent. It is peak cinema, as the kids say. The Sun being this life force and amplifying all the energies of Neptune, which is, inspiration, creativity, spirituality, the arts, but also media. It's also, photography. It's filmography. It's cinema. That's why I made that reference. But this is just really soulful. It's all about your vision, okay? That's Neptune, right? Visionary. Visualize. And visualization activates new neural pathways in your brain. We've talked about this. That also increases your confidence. I mean, this is literal neuroscience. This is why I always talk about vision boards. They work. It is a great day to do a vision board. This also day you may be getting downloads, maybe have this, creative breakthrough. Neptune rules music. Okay. As we know, sound is vibration. It's healing. Play music that inspires you. Learn how to, play the trombone or other, what's that big thing? French horn? You'll feel it vibrate in the actual brass or whatever it is. But it is a great aspect for artists, but everyone is going to be seeking this almost like what's truly meaningful to me, right? Those are the questions that's going to be going through your head. This is really more about your spiritual purpose. And again, Neptune is officially in Aries. This is that visionary leader, spiritual warrior archetype. So know your quest, know your vision, connect with the divine within you. And then go forth, okay? Go forth. Remember, Saturn's here. Saturn is karma. He will reward you when you trust your vision and do the work. Let's get started. Oh, it will be the fire and air signs that feel that the most. If you have any planets 0 to 4 degrees in any of the fire signs, you're really going to feel the Sun conjunct Neptune. So let's get started, Scorpio. Let's see what's going on for you for this week. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Yep. Okay. Scorpio, what a week. Scorpio, happy daylight savings too. I can't. You see you see what's going on here? Yeah. You see the light. It's no longer you're probably not going to see me doing readings at night because it's been turning dark at 2 p.m. Scorpio, stop it. You crack me up. Okay, I do a traditional cul de grace spread offers the best overview for a weekly reading. If we need to pull clarifiers, we will. Scorpio, you're amazing. And also buckle up. April's going to be applesauce. Applesauce. Uranus is moving to Gemini, into your 8th. All right. Anyway, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So let me move these over here. Obviously, you're good. We got to talk about something, but you're good. We got to talk about something. Well, you got the Queen of Pentacles. Amazing. And it makes sense because as you move into this week, it really does look like there is going to be this sense of just what you want in your world, right? The people, the house, and your significant other, dating, children, whatever it is. You're really, really getting serious, okay, about this new world that you're building for yourself. And the Queen of Pentacles, yeah, she's the richest queen, but she thinks of others in terms of the world that she builds. It's not just for her, it's for, her people, her empire, right? And so you might have a lot of focus there. And a lot of y'all, there's a sense of like success. There's a sense of giving as well. And that's just, the fact that you have, how many, like 4 or 5 in Aries, okay? Saturn, Neptune in Aries in your 6th. That 6th house is service to others. And so I really love this because it's showing this week, like you really, really know what you want, or things have unfolded into where you want to be. And that is going to bring you this comfort. Now, you have the 9 of Wands and the heart of your spread. Interesting. Very interesting, because it does feel like, yeah, are you up? Yeah. So it does feel like this week, yeah, you could have a little, moment with someone you don't see eye to eye with, okay? That does feel a little bit strong. And it could be someone that is like, they want what you have, okay? The other thing is, like, you kind of don't want them in your world as well. Remember, you're taking care of business this week. All the planets are going to be direct. You don't have anything to hide. You're going to just continue to do you, but leave the things you need to leave in the past, okay? And so just keep that in mind with that 5 of Swords challenging your 9 of Wands, which is, a card where it's just, yeah, putting your foot down, not giving up. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. You got that 8 of Wands in your crown. You're ready. You want this to be over. You want movement. And you're saying, I will create the winds. Yeah. I will create the winds of change. I'll make that happen. The 8 of Wands is, it's actually exciting. It's a lot of enthusiasm, this swiftness, but you see it's just movement with all the wands aligning. Wands, you being your passions, and very work related, okay? Work, profession, career, but just think your passions. We also call those, that card like arrows of love. And so it looks really good. Just continue to have that thought process of this will happen. This will happen for me. And you're going to be doing good. It looks like you're doing this great. Manifesting. You got the devil in the root of your spread. So explore that. Yeah. What is it that you may feel you need that freedom? Freeing yourself. Okay. And it can be in any context. As in, you do see the 2 people from the Lover's card. So relationships, I said, is gonna be a big thing, especially when we get to April. Yeah. It doesn't necessarily have to do with that. Again, I talked about the subconscious, the conscious. That's some energies you'll be working with. Shadow work, perhaps, as well. It's just recognizing what is taking up too much of your time. What is taking up even, your energy. The devil's like an energy vampire. Are you working in a toxic work environment? You have a toxic boss. Every Scorpio is different. So wherever that energy you feel, this is the week to free yourself from it. Anyway, you're going to be good. You do the work, remember you get rewarded. You have the sun in your future. I don't know what to say. You're going to be fine. You got the sun last week. That's always a big sign. The sun, yeah. Remember, we talked about this. There is this rebirth that's happening for you. And you see it in the sun. Card 19, 1 plus 9 equals 10 is a 1, right? Right at the equinox, that 0-degree point where you're moving in this. It's like a reset. This is a rebirth. And it's optimism. It's opportunities. It's good health. It's wealth. It's all of that. And so I love this for you. I just feel like you're moving into a place where it's a lot like it's very optimistic. Okay? With the sun in your future, as you know, the sun is the biggest yes in tarot. And some of y'all are going through some sort of like rite of passage around this time too. It feels like it. All right. Let's see what else. Let's look at your stuff. Scorpio, y'all are amazing. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you subscribe, share, leave comments. Tell me what's going on. I need to put my glasses on. I can't see a thing. Scorpio, where was I? Yeah, it's been that kind of day. What? Oh, I was looking at something else in your... No, that's it. Anyway, you're going to be good. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, Scorpio, look at this. Interesting. Three of Swords? Yeah. Yeah. This is like the heartbreak card, it's emotional impact that it feels like you've already had it, okay? So it really is just recognizing if there is something you still need to release, any old wounds, anything. Remember, Chiron's still active. It's just, let's work on that energy. And it's more about mind over matter. The Three of Swords, sure, the heartbreak card. It's still a sword suit. It's up here. Then you've got the 10 of Wands in your external factors area, okay? Very interesting. The 8, the 9, and then 10. And so, two things here with the 10 of Wands. Well, the 10 is the end, as you know. Don't be hard on yourself, okay? This is taking on a lot. This is taking on a lot, but it's also like, are you pushing yourself to your limits, beyond your limits? Are you carrying on other people's responsibilities as well? Like, what's happening here? What's happening, right? And so, for a lot of y'all, it may be your partner. It may be someone that you know who might be pivotal as part of your path. Maybe a decision y'all have to make together, or and they're a little distracted. So keep that in mind, because their distraction could be something that it does feel like maybe they're not even hearing you, and they're just really focused on overworking. Okay. It does feel like the good thing here is that with the 9 of Wands, and then you get the Sun, and then the 10 of Wands, there could be something like, as in, you can let those wands down now. There's this refresh, this rebirth. You have the Sun, a lot of optimism. So this could be just holding on to certain expectations too. or expectations that you had, you can let them go, because there's going to be a set of new ones. Okay? You got strength, love it. This is great with the devil and the reader spread. It's just saying, like, hey, it's all about the courage inside you. It's all about having that heart, really feeling, working, with your heart chakra, moving forward. That's what empowers you. That Knight of Swords, you're going to be fine. Just don't, if you do have some conversations that get a little, spicy, the Knight of Swords is someone who can be very impulsive. He can be, like, dramatically, like, filterless. So just keep that in mind. But then the Knight of Swords, all the knights are on a mission. They're ready. Like, this is someone who is ready to deliver a message, ready to go hear a message, ready to communicate. But he is pretty forward. So just bear that in mind, okay? Because the only other sword cards were the Three of Swords and the Five of Swords. So always being diplomatic, right? When you are having conversations. I do want to see that Ten of Wands, though. I want to see the Ten of Wands. Of course. When you like, there's, okay. We know that partnerships, relationships is a big theme for you, but it is going to go next level next month, okay? And so there's something here with a relationship. It can be business, it can be love, whatever it is, but make sure there's equal balance. No one should be, steering that relationship. No one should feel like they're not, their voice isn't being heard. Yeah, there could be the weight of some relationships that could really have an impact this week. I want to see that Nine of Wands. Stop. Don't do this. Yeah, so now you have the 7, 8, 9, and 10 of Wands. But when you have the 9 and the 7 together challenging that 5 of Swords, you have to have a conversation here. Okay? There's someone that you really need to have a conversation with, because now you're really in, like, this, it just feels like someone may be coming out a little stronger. And if it's not a person, it can actually be like an event or a circumstance. But there's a little bit of, defensiveness here. And maybe we need to all drop our swords and our wands and just talk it through, right? So, Scorpio, you're actually really good. I'm pretty confident you're going to be getting some sort of message, or you're going to make some sort of announcement. But again, like I said, you're going to be very stimulated. Mercury can go direct up here as well. I think you're fine here. I think you're good. All right. You're good. Just be very mindful of that. And this, okay? Unrooting things that you're just, that's not me, right? That's not me anymore. And remember, a lot of this has to do with the subconscious too. So, all right. Scorpio, next week, yeah. Another big week. Another big week. We have that Saturn Kazemi. We have a lot happening, and the bonus spread, the tier 3 members. We're gonna do a spread just on the new moon. I want to isolate that. I want to just let's take a look. It is a great new moon in your 5th house of joy, pleasure, passions, and then we'll talk about the minor grand trine, other lunations. So tier 3 members, really good and legendary members. Thank you for being members. Anyone's welcome to join. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, tell me what is going on. And I will see you next week. All right. Bye-bye.